If you've been in boarding school, y'all know that things go missing. Forks, spoons, knives, bowls, cups, everything goes missing. You eat your noodles on bread, okay? Bread is your best friend in boarding school. What's good, what's poppin', what's up, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. And if you cannot already tell from the title, today I am going to be answering all your questions about boarding school. I put out a little Q&A on my Instagram, and you guys came through with the question. I pride myself in knowing how to multitask. I'm having my hair done tomorrow, so I need to get my braids out, and I prefer to do it myself than to have someone else do it for me. So I'm going to be doing that while answering your questions. You guys got a bunch. I'm going to try to answer as many as I can. Probably won't answer all of them, but we'll see. Let's just get into it. Basically, I'm braiding my braids, gonna cut. I don't know where my hair ends because my hair grows quite fast, then I cut it. So I'm just gonna cut a little bit far cut, and then I got a plastic bag, put all my hair in. And yeah, let me just cut, and then I'll start off by reading your questions. I want to cut my hair. I always do this with the most faith. I promised some friends that I would stop cutting my hair. I went through a phase where every time I went to the hairdresser, I would cut my hair. So that was like every 6 weeks. And then I promised them that I'll stop cutting my hair because they think that if I stop cutting my hair, cut this one a little short. 3 combs here. This is to unbraid their hair. This is to like get out any knots, and this is the brush I usually use to brush my hair. Yeah. Disclaimer, first of all, I have been in boarding school for 7 years now. So I've gotten the gist of how boarding school works. I've been in 2 boarding schools, one in South Africa and the one I'm in currently right now, which is in Swaziland. Yeah, I think that's what I need to say. You guys asked questions on pretty much everything, so I don't want to answer things before I read the actual question. Do you ever get homesick? Now I definitely don't, because like I said, I've been in boarding school for 7 years. It's like routine. I know that I go to school for 3 months and then I go back home, so I don't really get homesick anymore. But when I first started out in Form 1, I was 12 years old, y'all. When I first went to boarding school, I was 12 years old. Obviously, in the beginning, I was very excited. But then I started to miss home, especially because the hostel I was in the junior girls hostel, and we didn't have phones from Sunday afternoon all the way to Friday afternoon. So I couldn't like really talk to my mom every day, so that kind of sucked. But we did have a payphone, so my mom would call me. My mom would call me every Wednesday. So shout out to my mom for doing the most and calling me every Wednesday. International, guys, because I was in a whole different country. She used to call me internationally, so shout out to her for doing that. But yeah, I used to get homesick, especially when my mom would come. My mom, guys, she used to do the most. My mom used to come and visit me like mid-term, like randomly during the term. Come with my sister, my brother. One time she came with my cousin's family as well, because my cousin was in Form 5 when I was in Form 1. So they all came and they like took us out for the weekend. Like, it was the best thing. But then come Sunday, they dropped me back off at hostel and then they leave. Like, that was so painful. I remember I used to cry. Like, I actually used to cry. So yeah, I used to get homesick then. But now my mom doesn't call me as much as she used to because I'm fine now. She doesn't visit. She hasn't been to my school since 2018 when we went to see the school. So yeah, I won't get homesick no more. Best snack ideas. Ooh, okay. Number 1, noodles, guys. I think in the States people eat ramen noodles. Here we eat Maggi noodles. At my current school we eat Indomie noodles. When I was in Form 1 to Form 3, I used to eat Fantastic noodles because they come in the cup already, so all you need is a fork. If you've been in boarding school, y'all know that things go missing. Forks, spoons, knives, bowls, cups, everything goes missing. So I didn't want to spend money on bowls anymore because I just felt like my stuff was going missing all the damn time. So I just used to buy a fork or like a pack of 6 forks because they go missing, and then I'll buy fantastic noodles, and then you eat your noodles on bread. Okay, bread is your best friend in boarding school. I don't buy as much tuck now as I used to in the junior forms. The junior forms, all my friends know, I used to come with a suitcase of food, fam. Like, that's not even a joke. I used to have a whole suitcase of food. You need some chips. Pringles are my favorite. Salt and vinegar. If you're from Zim, Servita goes down, especially in winter, especially chocolate flavor. But people finish your food if you share, so be careful with that. I'm not trying to recommend everything I used to buy because I used to buy a lot of things. Oros is a lifesaver. I know at home a lot of people don't really like Oros. That's it. But in boarding, you're gonna love it. Like drinking water all the time, nah, that's not it. Did you ever get in trouble? In my current school, I don't think I've been in trouble yet. Yeah, but my old school, yeah. But like, I wasn't a troublemaker. See, don't mistake it. I used to get in trouble for things that weren't really my fault, but some were my fault, but I wasn't thinking. So when I was in Form 2, I was part of a friendship group. We were all in the same hostel, in the same year group. We were called the Six Amigos. Shout out to my girls. And we were a very close friend group. I think in my year group at the time, there were about 11 Form 2s, maybe 10, but the 6 of us were like a close-knit group. And this is second term Form 2. When you're in Form 2, you don't have a lot of work to do. Like, your homework is not that much. And we used to have afternoon prep and evening prep. So one week, I don't know what happened. We just didn't have lots of work, and the day scholars told us that they were gonna be playing like games at the school side. So we're like, oh, that sounds fun. You know, as a boarder, you always want to be friends with the day scholars because, you know, these are the people you have class with. You don't want to be like secluded as like boarders, day scholars. And I was very close with the day scholars because in Form 1 there were only 2 boarder girls. So I had to become friends with the day scholars if I wanted to have friends in class, because myself and the other girl were in separate classes. So I hope I got this correctly. So we went to the school side on the first day, and I think we were playing either Never Have I Ever or Truth or Dare. I think we were playing Truth or Dare actually, and it was like nothing harmful. We were just playing. The only problem is it was during prep. Yeah, it was cool. It was fun. We had lots of fun. Went back to hostel and then went for sport, and that was cool. Next day, the day scholars told us that they were playing Troop Troop. So I'd never played Troop Troop before, and neither had my friends. And someone was like, "Oh, guys, we should go hang out with the day scholars again. We don't even have homework. We can do homework during evening prep." We're like, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea." Nope. We went to play Troop Troop. So basically, the way Troop Troop works is like someone is it, right? So that person is it. We all run away from them. Then they have to try and catch us, and they have a bout, right? So if the aim of that person is to hit someone with the bout, and then if you get hit with the bout, then you're it the next time. So we're playing this by the science block, by the sports field for like by the primary school, and we're playing. It was all fun and games. Then one guy was it, and he hit a very small girl with the bolt, but then she seemed fine, so we moved on. The next person was it. This person was holding the wrong side of the bolt, so they were holding the side of the bolt that did not have the buckle, and then he was it, and he was swinging, and then 1 2 the belt buckle hits the glass of a notice board, because we used to have notice boards, and then they used to have like glass covering them so that like the papers don't fly out or anything, and it hits that and it breaks, and people just start running. Like, imagine this is like 20 kids, maybe if we're lucky, like 20 kids just running. Cool, we move on. A week later, we are supposed to go swimming. So we never used to go swimming, guys. Like, we never used to go swimming, and our house parent announces that the hostel is going swimming. This is like the most exciting thing, like night swimming in hostel. It's amazing. Then she says Form 2s stay behind. So I don't know, we didn't think much about it. We're like, oh, we're staying behind, okay, whatever. Then she calls us into her office. She started searching our bodies, because obviously we were all wearing swimming costumes, and we're wondering like, why is she searching our bodies? Like, this is so weird. And then eventually she's like, I was checking your body for marks, and we're like, why are you checking our bodies for marks? and she starts telling us that one of the girls who were playing Chip Chip with us, the very small one, she had marks on her back that one of her parents saw, and then her parents like asked her about it, and she basically told her parents like, about the whole game, and she was asked to write down the names of everyone that was there, and 1, 2, 1, 2, all 6 of our names were on the list, and our house parent was so angry, guys. Like she was so freaking pissed off. Like I can't even explain. Like she was so angry, and we ended up being gated. I think we were gated for, is it 2 weeks or is it 3 weeks? Maybe someone who was there can tell me down below what it was, but I think it was 2 to 3 weeks. We were gated, and on the weekends we didn't have a social life. We had to wear uniform. We had to go for a meal, and then we had 10 minutes to get back to hostel. Mind you, hostel is like a 10-minute walk away from the caf. So we did not have a social life. After coming back into hostel, we had to get like all our school books and sit in her house and just to prep, and we went out to sit like around the table. Now she was putting us on the floor on different places of her living room. Some of us were in her office. It was horrible, but you know, I've been a good kid for most of my life. It was interesting to be on the naughty side for once, but I would not do it again. And that's just one story. I haven't been in trouble a lot though, but I think that was the worst one because we had to call our parents and tell them what we did. And best believe that was the first time I called my mom and spoke Shona, dude. All of us had this plan where we're going to call our parents in our native languages so she doesn't understand what we're saying. And then she was like, just you speak English. I'm like, no, my mom prefers for me to speak my native language and I speak to her because we always speak English at school. And then I was not very good at Shona back then compared to now. I was struggling to form sentences, guys. It was so bad. But it was a lot of fun now that I look back on it. Ever had beef with anyone in hostel? I try not to have beef with people. My current school, I don't have beef with anyone that I know of. If you have beef with me, I don't really care. But at my old school, I think the only time I had beef with someone that it's worth mentioning is when I was in Form 3. I had a roommate. I got this roommate because my house parent always felt like I was really good with new people. I was very welcoming, so I was willing to share a room with a new person. And yeah, she and I didn't really get along. I don't know why. I really did try. I don't try to like make someone feel left out or whatever. I always try to include them, but she never wanted to be included with our year group, and we got to the point where we were not talking at all. Like we just didn't talk. We didn't talk. She tried to get me in trouble for something I didn't do. My friend that lived in my hostel and we had a mutual friend in my math class. And what we used to do is I had this book my mom gave me. It was a green medical book. It was kind of like a diary. And like I'll go to her room every night and she write a message in the book. Then I go to math class the next day and then the guy write a message in the book. It was kind of a back and forth, and I had math every day. So it was kind of a really fun book. We used to put jokes in there. Like it was just very fun. And then one day she told our head of hostel that the whole year group had a book, a black book, that we were using to talk about her and talk negatively about her. And we were all confused. And then she told her that it was my book. And I was like, I don't have a black book. What are you talking about? Because all of our school books had to be covered and none of my covers were black. So we went on and on and on, and then they asked her to go into my room and find the book. So they found the book. First of all, the book was not black, it was green. Second of all, her name was not mentioned once in that book. And we're all saying, if you've never read the book before, how do you know we're talking about you? Oh no, I just felt like they were talking about me because no one likes me. We're like, we've never said we don't like you. You don't want to hang out with us. So I don't know how us not hanging out with you means that we don't like you. It was just a very dramatic situation. And yeah, let's just say in term 3, I had a new roommate because I couldn't deal with her anymore. And I didn't think it was fair that I should be forced to deal with someone that doesn't want to deal with me. So I moved roommates. What do you guys do for entertainment? This is a really good one. So in my old school, we didn't really leave campus. Like we used to go to town once a month, but that was about it, unless a friend took you out on exit. So that means they're just taking you off campus for a day, for the weekend or whatever. Or if your parents came to visit you, we just stayed on campus. We used to play sport a lot. My friendship group, especially in Form 4 and Form 5, we used to play volleyball all the time. Like after dinner, volleyball, before dinner, volleyball, on the weekends, volleyball. Like we used to eat, sleep, breathe. It was a lifestyle. We used to say that volleyball is a lifestyle. So volleyball is pretty much everything we did, but we would also just sit around, have some music on a speaker, and just talk. I think that's where I got a lot of my social skills from, just talking, because that's all we were really allowed to do. I'm just trying to think of something else. Like I think we're just chilling and hanging out. That was the main thing that we used to do. At my current school, we watch TV, we go to town on weekends. We chill in each other's rooms because we're on telephones all the time and stuff, so we chill in each other's rooms a lot. I think sometimes we chill in the field. I'm a very social person, so I like to get out of my circle and hang out with people that aren't exactly like in my friendship circle, whatever. I know it looks like I've done a lot, but I still have all of these to do. So has there ever been a physical fight? We've had a lot of physical fights in my old school. My current school, not really. Not that I know of, at least. But my old school, yeah, we used to have a lot of physical fights. My year group, we were the naughty year group since Form 1. So we were always involved in those type of things. I think the most memorable one is when I was in Form 5. The Form 5 boys had this big fight on the field. Not the main field, so a lot of people didn't see it, but like it was on the field against the upper 6 boys. Guys, I had never seen a real fight in real life before until that time. It was entertaining to watch, but it was also very scary because some people ended up bleeding. They had like blood on their school shirts and everything. They were in school uniform. This was a school day, guys. But that was the biggest fight that I'd ever seen. We had a bunch. There were fights in the calf. There was a 1 week when we had 2 fights in the calf. I don't know what people were doing. Okay, we're almost done, guys. I'm getting tired. Were there any drug problems at your school? Yeah, at both my schools, I think there was drug problems. I was not really involved in that side of life because I don't draw like that. But yeah, there were drug problems. People did get expelled for those type of things. I think both in my school and my old school, you do get expelled for that type of behavior. So if you want to go to boarding school, please don't be trying those things. You can just ruin your entire school career trying to be who you're not, or just trying to experiment. Just please don't do those stuff. Yeah, guys, that is the end of this video. I've done not so much. I have so many braids that I still need to do, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give this video a big thumbs up and comment down below. Subscribe, hit that notification bell if you've not already. By the time this video comes out, I should have put 3 videos prior to this, so I'm filming this a month before it actually drops. I'm trying to upload videos once a week, but my editor, who is also my brother, has got school, so he's busy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more of this type of videos, let me know down in the comment section below, or you can DM me on Instagram. I'll put my socials down in the description bar below, my main account and my spam. If you're homies and I actually know who you are, I'll accept you my spam. If I don't know you, I'm sorry, that's a bit awkward. But yeah, make sure you're following me because I put all these Q&As on my main Instagram account, and I'll let you guys ask me questions and then I'll answer them. And yeah, make sure to share this with your cousins, your mothers, your best friends, your best friend's best friends. If your best friend has another best friend, that's a bit awkward. Unless you guys are like a 3-way best friendship, then that's pretty cool. Otherwise, y'all should have a talk about that. Thanks for watching this video. I have to finish the rest of my head. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your week and bye. It's an hour later. I'm finally done with all my hair, as you can see. Yeah, I'm gonna wash my hair now. Deuces.